Hey everybody, how's it going? What is up? It's me, Twister Windstalker. And today I decided that I wanted to do a video on my own channel while I'm waiting for a video that I am planning to do put up later this week, probably Tuesday, is being transferred to my computer. Because I intend to put that video up, of course, edited and everything. It says happy day. What? Is that live? That's weird. Okay. Let's save that. So, I'm not going to do very many live videos on here because I've decided to save that for the NCTS X team, or the North Carolina Twister Squad Extreme Team channel. Because I that's why I'm going to do the majority of my streaming, even though I have the Stream Deck here and it's specifically designed to do that stuff. And you're like, well, isn't that a waste? Well, my whole thing is okay. Is that I'm thinking about if I can ever get Hot Wheels into um, getting a all-in-one or Ryzen 3 or 5 machine to figure out how to use the ATEM to actually stream so that we can get away from the um, Streamlabs OBS. Because that's what I really want to do. Get away from that. And you may be like, wait, get away from it? And it's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that is the goal, is to get away from Streamlabs is good, and um, OBS Ninja is good. We've had, done quite a lot of successful episodes with it. But I think moving forward, we're just going to try to move to using the Stream Deck or the ATEM Mini, because I think that will be a good change for us. And I haven't done this in a while, and I don't exactly know, but I am transferring the video that's an hour and a half. I know there's going to be a lot of you guys rolling your eyes going, dude, that is not what Bluetooth is for. But I just wanted to see how long it would actually take. And I'm Bluetoothing a video that I recorded that's an hour and a half long to my Ryzen 5 through Bluetooth. Yes, I could plug it in and, do an USB A, USB C thing and probably have transferred it way quicker than this. But I actually wanted to see how this works, since this phone is supposed to have like Bluetooth 4.0 or something like that. And this phone right here is supposed to have 5. And then the next step up, because this is the middle model, the Plus, is supposed to have 5.1. So I'm wondering how long it will be. And I got home, I don't know what time it was, but it's been working at this for, I don't know, a few hours. And seems to be I mean, it's maybe a quarter, a little more than a quarter going. So that's good. Of course, the funny thing is I have the um Streamlabs OBS running at like 4 gigabits a second, essentially. And ATEM I have set for 8 to 9 gigabits. Well, it's flipping between 915 and 890 megabits a second. Because I have it on, I don't have it on HyperDeck, but I do have it on high. And I think well, it's working fine. It was buffering. That may be a little bit high for my use cases because I have around 20 um 20 I have 20 upload, and so 8 and 9 flickering between 914 and 893 because I think I said 8 9, I don't remember what I said, but flickering between those two. Maybe a little high, and the coach says it's okay. So, I mean, I think it's, and then even YouTube says that it's an excellent connection. So, um, I wish it was a little bit more stable, but I understand the bouncing around because even using Streamlabs, it doesn't stay at 4. It dips down a little below and then goes a little high, like 433 or something like that. So I understand the bouncing around. And as long as the buffering is good, and I think YouTube only uses 6 gigs anyway. So, oh, there it goes, 922. Now it's bouncing between 905 and 926. 928. Wow, 913. Okay. So we must be settling off here, which is good. Which is good. But yeah, I wanted to catch you guys up on things in case you don't watch the other channel where I've been dumping all my live stuff, which I didn't talk about in this video. So it's probably a good thing that I went ahead and did this video first. So the first thing is in case I didn't talk about it last time because I don't remember what I talked about last time. The thing is okay. So I wanted a streaming computer, and I wanted the Ryzen 5 that had the I think it's the 1050 Super in it. That's what's in that thing. And nobody had it. So I got the Ryzen 3 that has integrated graphics and blah blah blah. It has a 1 terabyte hard drive and a disk drive in it. Because I went to upgrade the Ryzen 3, and that's what I'm going to call these machines, and I couldn't because it had a 1 terabyte hard drive in it. Of course, it's currently running through my ATEM, and if I can ever get that rack that I want, the mixer is going to go in the rack on top, and I'll have room where I can swing one more monitor, I think, on here. And that other computer is going to go into that monitor. And then the TV is going to be where the ATEM goes, or continues to be plugged in, because that's currently where it's plugged in. So I couldn't really upgrade. So the only upgrade I could do on the Ryzen 3 is go from 8 gigs of RAM to 16. So I basically doubled that. So that was good. The Ryzen 5, it had several options I could do because it comes with the 1050 or 60 Super. And it has like a 256 NVMe hard drive in it. I know it ain't really a hard drive. I just have a habit of calling them hard drives, even though they're SSDs and blah, 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 blah. And I put a 500, my second um, Western Digital Blue 500 gigabit um, SSD in it. And then I went from 8 to 16 gigs of RAM in it. So that was the upgrades I did on that. And then my i7 that I built 7 years ago, I don't know what I did with it, but I had a 256 SSD in it, which that was when SSDs was relatively new, was about 7 years ago. And it had like 40 gigs left in it. So I took my third and final Western Digital Blue 500 gigabit SSD and did a fresh install of Windows on it from Microsoft. And my other drive I have around here still has all the data and everything that I had on it from 7 years. Has it on it. So, and it's safe, and if I want to, I can transfer, blah blah. But I'm loving, as of right now, the fresh and sexy bare mem stuff on it, because I have, Firefox on it. It comes with, and then I added the GeForce Experience, and then the DaVinci, because I wanted to do some video editing. And then I don't even think I put the Xbox app on here. This isn't no longer a gaming PC. That's what the Ryzen 5 has basically been set up for, which used up about half of the 500 gig hard drive. Is where my games is, because the graphics card in the i7, I think it's 780 Ti. I think is what it was. It's something like that. Is it 780? I think it's 780. Let's see. Where do I find that out? I'm pretty sure it's 780. I guess we can go into the GeForce Experience and find out exactly. I'm pretty sure it's 780 Ti, which at the time was the best single core. Yeah, 780 Ti GTX. Okay, I have in it, and it's like, um, so and of course, obviously, in 7 years they've had better graphics cards and blah blah blah. And so, and then I upgraded this to 32 gigs, which is max for this computer, as 16 is for the Ryzen 3 and the Ryzen 5. I left everything else virtually the same, except for adding a fresh install of Windows, something I've been wanting to do for a while. And I gotta say, this thing is running well. I mean, it was over halfway full, but this thing is running sweetly. And the 32 gigs of RAM doesn't hurt, obviously, because I always meant to do that over the 7 years that I've had this thing, was to put 32 gigs of RAM on this. And I never did, never did, never did. And now I have. And now this thing once again runs super sexy. And I know this thing probably will never run as it was when I first put it together 7 years ago. But it is snappy. I don't know why. Oh, I know why I went with the 8 gigs. Because I was trying to keep the costs down to make the wife happy. Oh, yeah. Still have plenty of space on that big daddy. And then I have a 1 terabyte hard drive in it that I had since I built it, which I ended up accidentally deleting all the contents off of it, which means I lost a lot of stuff from 7 years. But at the exact same time, I'm not really upset about it, because even though I did lose 7 years worth of stuff, I look at it as, well, now I have 2 terabytes to put whatever the bananas I want on this thing on it. And all those games and everything that I had on there from the Steam library, I have on this machine here. And it takes up, almost half the drive. So, I mean, whatever. The only thing that really truly upsetted me, is all those pictures I took off my Canon camera that my parents took to the Outer Banks. All those photos are gone. I didn't back them up on the cloud or anything. They're just gone. And I should have backed them up on Dropbox. If I was a smart man, I would have backed them up on Dropbox or Google or something, because that would be a wise choice. And I didn't. So there's that. So that's one thing I regret, is being an idiot and losing those photos. Wow. We're still downloading this picture. Wow. Well, I'm going to give this a few days because I don't have to drop the video until Tuesday. So hopefully this thing will, get her done. And if not, I'll just plug in the USB cord and just get it done that way. But yeah, so I upgraded my machines. Can't wait to see, because now I'm going to use the i7 as my video editor, and this machine as my video game, which, I have like Borderlands 2, Resident Evil 7, Rust, DayZ, Plants vs. Zombies, Tomb Raider, Far Cry 3, Insane Aquarium, and Payday 2. Which, I mean, seriously, how much do you actually need to run these? Actually, Far Cry 3 is actually running significantly better, even though I think the bare minimum was 8 gigs on it. Far Cry 3 would run for a little bit and then crash, but after upgrading to 16 gigs, I haven't had a problem with this thing. I mean, it runs beautifully. And I'm like, wow, that's super sexy. And as for this, I haven't really, which is one of the reasons why I'm waiting for this to download, because I kept making this video, kept redoing it, because I wanted to get it right. And then I was like, well, now that I've upgraded to 32 gigs, it's at 1080p. I more than likely can edit the crap out of it, the parts I don't want in it, and then it will be super sexy. So I'm like, oh yeah, that will work definitely. And I keep looking at this because I'm kind of nervous, because this is the first time I'm actually, well, not the first time, but it's been a while since I've actually used the Stream Deck to do a video. So even though it says excellent connection, stream, it's healthy, blah, 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 and I also have it on ultra low latency. I could have it on normal latency, but I have it on or low latency, but I have it on ultra low, because on Streamlabs, that's pretty much how I run it on Streamlabs, is ultra low latency. Even though that's probably crazy, that's how I do it. Yeah, it's on streaming high. Because I know you can go to Stream Deck low, medium, and high, or HyperDeck low, medium, and high. And I'm just using streaming high, and it's busting around 19 or 9, and I don't think my current setup can handle hyperdeck low, medium, or high. I think this is about as good as I'm going to be able to do it for my setup. Because I down, I'm good. I mean, I'm pretty sure on down I can watch 4K and everything, but up I don't think I can upload 4K or 8K. So, and I basically upgraded just the game stream and be able to, broadcast. Um, do all that. And so that's one thing. I'm pretty sure I can do 4K down because I can run 4K on YouTube, no problem. Of course, I'm pretty sure half of that is graphics card because even my 780 Ti that was 4K ready can handle 4K. Not sure about 8, but I'm pretty sure I can do 4K down. But as far as up, that's beyond my capabilities. I mean, heck, my internet provider is like, yeah, that's a bit much for our system. You might want to just get the router or router, depending on where in the world you are, and then a little a Ethernet hub to handle that because that's a little bit much for our system. I'm like, so. So yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to do 4K up. That would be sexy. But considering the Stream Deck only does 1080 up, I mean, so. But yeah, I upgraded my machines, so I'm waiting to um, test it to see how it does on editing videos. I'm hoping that it's a beast, and I made the right decision. 15 megabytes per second. Oh, Amazon and then Netflix. But it's 25 megabits a second. So what? That makes no sense. All I want to know is what you got to do 4K down. I mean, it's crazy that you have up and down, which down is coming to you and up is you sending to the interwebs. So it's saying 18 megabit 4K. 50 megabits. I'm sure I can. I'm sure I'm fine with streaming that. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I got to figure out. Because I may have downloaded that thing because I was reading that since I'm using the Atom right now, I have to have YouTube open to be able to see the comments if there's any. And so, and then I may have that pop out. Well, that works in OBS, so I don't know if that's gonna help me or not. I'm sure there's a way to. Yeah. So that's good. Yeah. So I upgraded my stuff, and you know, I was really on the fence for a long, long time about whether to do a fresh. I mean, I did do a fresh install of Windows, but it kept all my apps and settings and blah 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 blah. And I was like, man, I don't know, if I really want to, let that go. And then I came up with the realization that I could just keep everything on the old hard drive, and if I want any of it, I can just plug it in and copy, drag and drop. Of course, I don't, because I had the ATM software on here to do whatever and blah blah. And then I decided that on my gaming computer, I'll just put the ATM. And then if I move the mixer like I want to on top of the audio rack, I'll just get another TV and then I can plug that one in because I don't know on the Atom when I'm looking at the computer monitor on the Atom, and I know I'm not using Program Out, which Program Out would probably help with that significantly. But it's just so weird. It's like instead of the taskbar being on the bottom, it's on the right hand side of the screen, and I don't know if that's because of the way it's plugged into the computer or what. And let me switch this to program mode. Let me switch this to a different output so I can see program view. Okay, there we go. Super sexy. Oh, if I do that, I'll mess this up. Crap. Okay, well, for now, let's go back to Multiview. And I'll just figure it out because, yeah, it's just popping up off the side. And I don't like that. I want it to pop up off the bottom. And I don't know if it's because, nah, it shouldn't really matter. And it's driving me crazy. And plus, I need to make the icons bigger and all that good stuff. So that's something I need to work on. And I want to get another TV just so that I can, have the computer plugged in, and then that way I can see. Because on this, when it's not coming through the Atom, I can actually see everything that's going on here, and be like, okay, good. I can read stuff. But then when it's coming through the Atom, it's like I can't read stuff, and it drives me crazy. I mean, I don't have bad eyesight, but at the exact same time, it's like, okay. And It's frustrating because you know, the other thing that's frustrating is the fact that I went through all those setup processes, and then when you reboot, it wants to be like, oh, by the way, do you want to do this? Blah, 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 every so many days. And it's like, no, I don't want to set any of this crap up. It does not matter to me. And it's like, skip, 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 skip. Why are you asking me to set up stuff that I don't want to set up? I told you no to begin with, and I said mean no. I don't need your fancy smancy setup stuff. Okay, good. So yeah, I'm waiting for this to download, and I really should have just flopped it, swapped it, complopped it through the USB, but because I know Bluetooth isn't designed for what I'm doing. It's meant for small sending things to somebody, like pictures and small documents, stuff that's like, I don't know, 25 megabits or less. But whatever. I guess while I'm waiting for that, I can just close that down. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Does this show up now? Probably not. I wonder why that still shows up on the network, even though it hasn't been on the network in ages. I don't know. Well, we're getting closer to the being halfway, even though we're not halfway yet. So maybe this will work out good. Maybe it won't. Maybe this is going to be a disaster. Blah, 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 blah. So, all right. So, and that would be the other thing. Get another monitor, and then I can get a mouse pad just for the mouse so that the mouses don't share. Or is it mice? The mice don't share a pad. And then I can have a monitor, see blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. And the audio levels look halfway decent on here. I mean, yeah, I dig it. I mean, I tweet. Yeah, because, once I get the closet cleaned up and everything, the mixer is going to go on top of the audio rack. I'm hoping to get a Hyper Deck R6 and have it all there on the audio deck. Eventually get a Blackmagic Pro 6K. Even though and I'm planning on getting the bigger ATEM, the ATEM Extreme ISO that has the 8 inputs. That way, if the Hyper Deck doesn't work the way that I want it to work, which I want it to work where I can send video files to it through the interwebs, which means upload, which means it goes through the internet, my internet, and goes into the SD through internet. And then I'm able to pull so I can record. That's why I want at least two. And then have, animated graphics. I'm hoping that I can pull the animated graphics down from the ATEM and into the computer or into this and make it look super sexy. Because it shows the Hyper Deck is here. So in theory, you connect it and it should be able to do everything from this screen. like fancy smancy graphics. That way I don't have to do a SDI to HDMI converter and blah, 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 blah. I can just, you know, have it clean because I'm looking for no cables, is essentially what I'm looking for, or very little cables. Because after I get the closet cleaned up and I get some of this put away in the closet, I'm kind of wanting to move everything over and, over, then have me a little coffee table that I can put the ATEM on and move. Well, I can't really move the camera over as far as I want. Well, I'd have to move that chair. Yeah, that won't be that big of a deal. Move that chair and just move it over. Of course, yeah, because if I have the coffee table and the ATEM on it, and then I just need one of the computers over here because updates and everything, and probably for Streamlabs OBS because who knows what Hot Wheels will do. And then, yeah, I mean, because as it says, if I zoom out and Hot Wheels here in the lab, we'll need to move this stuff anyway, so I need to finish, making a mess to clean up again, because I didn't fully clean up, but to make a full cleanup, I'm going to have to tear the closet apart and then do a clean full up like that. So it's so aggravating. But I knew it. This phone, if I could honestly, just have it where this phone doesn't get no notifications during the entire process of, transferring this file. It would be super sweet. It still is transferring. And if it isn't transferred by tomorrow when I get home from my parents, because I got to go to my parents tomorrow, I'm honestly just going to hook up a USB cord and just say whatever and just, transfer it the way I should have. But I'm thinking that by the time I go to work tomorrow, it should be 3/4 of the way done. I think. As long as 62%, I might have to plug it in to make sure it has power to do this, but it should be okay. I've never done this, so I don't know. I have used Bluetooth to transfer stuff, but they've been small files and blah, 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 blah. So doing it this way, and since this, which is one thing I don't understand, is, and I don't remember doing it before, but now it's decided to do it, where my hour and a half video is multiple. When you look at the file itself, it's multiple things, because it only does like 30-minute pops. So when you go in here and you go into settings, go into internal storage, I think it's going to be internal storage is about full. Dang. Please tell me that's just the thumbnail. The actual video is actually stored on the actual SD card. Because I'm going to be highly upset if everything on here did it really not just store it on the SD card? Did it honestly, really, truly store this thing on the internal hard drive or internal memory? If it did, I am going to be truly, well, it says storage is SD card. Upset. But it does say that it's SD card. So I'm going to take it at its word that it's SD card, that where everything's going. That only the thumbnail is. Well, I guess there's one way to find out. Go over here. Go to the video. And details. $11.69 gigabits. That's quite a bit, ain't it? 3 videos. DMC camera. 11 gigabits. Almost 12 gigabits. So DMC camera. I go in here. And I don't see it. It is literally not on SD card. My old stuff is on SD card. But I honestly do not see it on camera like it says it's supposed to. So that's really disappointing. So if I go back to internal storage, and of course we can clear coach and clear temp files. I am highly disappointed. Idle apps. Oh, that's basically everything on here. I was telling me that I can delete all these apps. Get back space on here. Since I don't use them on this phone. Well, that would be a way to go, wouldn't it? Because, I mean, this isn't even the phone I technically use anymore. So if I select all, then I can delete. but I don't want to do that. I mean, yeah, 86% full, and what's other? Oh, it's taking forever to load. Oh, goody. Goody, goody, goody. Okay, that helps. Okay. Well, it says 0.15 gigs for that, so I'm going to say that 11 gig video. Okay, it has the SD card in the corner, so okay, so it is saved. Okay, I see that now. Music and audio. I have 3.5 gigs. Okay. Okay. So we'll see how far we get, and if it isn't completed by tomorrow, by the time I get home, um, I'm just going to have to do it the old school way. Hopefully, it will be done by midnight because it's only 1 o'clock now, so it still has 12 hours. So maybe it will be done. Wow, I've almost gone an hour on here. And that keeps bumping around to over 9 gigs down to high not eights. And my stream seems to be doing excellent. I don't understand how this can be a plateau and then dip, plateau, dip, plateau, dip. It says it's good. Well, that's good. Of course, I am using ultra low latency. I mean, I could probably get away with normal. I probably could get away with low. But I just like ultra low. I mean, it just seems to be what's good for the stream. Ultra low describes a computer network that is optimized to process a very high volume of data packets with an extraordinarily low tolerance for delay. Oh, yeah. Well, I still have delay because obviously, if I go over here and I do that, let's see how long it takes me. See? I mean, that right there. Let's do it again. Hang on. As soon as that hits 9, I'm going to do it again to see how long it actually takes for it to, how long it takes. Calls. Here we go. Yeah, because, I mean, even though this is supposed to be ultra low, I have a sneaking suspicion that ultra low doesn't mean ultra low. So, hang on. So, 7, 6, 9. There we go. So, about 9 seconds. Well, that's not bad, I guess. About 9 seconds. Let's do that again. Yeah, 8, 9 seconds. Not bad, not bad, not bad. I mean, that's one reason why I guess it would be hard to do some stuff, but I mean, I mean, it is the weekend, and um, and there's probably a lot of people using traffic since we're part of a hub. Oh yeah, and that's the other reason I like it. It's cause uh, you can talk to your fans and everybody, and have real good, you know, all that. So, but yeah, I think right at an hour. Oh, did I stop? Oh, I stopped. It says my connection is good though. But it stopped. I don't know why it stopped. Maybe I went above the cap. No, it still says I'm on air. I wonder why YouTube says I'm not on air. No, it says I'm still live. What? Oh, shit. I looked at the wrong thing. I looked at freaking recording or whatever instead of the actual. I looked at the wrong thing. I was like, I looked over at the recording instead of the on air, and I'm like, started freaking out. I'm like, I am such a genius. And I thought after working 12 days that actually, having a day off finally was going to be enough for me to get back to my normal groove. But nope. So anyway, the basic ideal is that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm going to stream on the NCTSX Team channel. So you guys can find me there streaming. I'll probably be playing some video games, chit-chatting about stuff. I think I'm going to put games separate from Windstalker and have Windstalker where I just talk to you guys, and then games on like a Tuesday or Thursday or Saturday or Sunday or whatever, where probably Saturdays, where I can just sit down, play a game, and just, you know, whatever. Does yeah, that sounds pretty good. And then on this channel, I think I'm going to try for Tuesdays and Thursdays. No, I'm going to do Tuesdays and Thursdays on this channel and do pre-recorded stuff instead of live stuff, because I want to save all the live stuff for the alternative channel, since I heard that mixing and matching live with recorded stuff isn't really good for a channel, and because after the live is done, they're really blah 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 and blah 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 blah. So I'm going to more or less just keep the live stuff for the other channel, and this channel, um, for what I recorded today while I went for my hour and a half walk, which I know that sucks for a walk, but at least I went for a walk. And from now on, I'm probably going to do it the smart way. I don't know why I'm wearing these headphones. I'm not even listening to myself be played back. There's that silly delay, because I can't hear myself in real time. So these headphones are, whatever. But anyway, but I will definitely be probably using USB from now on, and editing the video, because there's a lot in that video, even without watching it and seeing what's in that video. I know there's a lot of stuff I'm going to take out of it. So that hour and a half video may end up being no more than 30 minutes. So that means I have an hour that I could. I know there is a big part that I do want to cut out, because after saying it and then thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know if I really should have said all that. And I know it might make the video not make any sense. Because it ain't like it's really that smooth of a transition and da 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 da. But, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to cut out a big part of it. Who knows? It may even be an hour. Heck, I don't know. It will be, if it, because there's a couple parts I know I want to cut out that may cut out like 10 minutes. So it depends on how I want to chop it up and serve it. Because I may even decide that, I might just chop it up and serve it, parts of it to you as 10-minute segments. Which actually wouldn't be that bad of a thing, because... So yeah, 9:16 to 8:94, or 8:94 to... Alright, to 9:15 on Hyper... what did I say this was? I done forget. I know it ain't Hyperdeck. It's Streaming High or something like that. Yeah, Streaming High. I mean, it is. Let's see, so I'm normally doing between 433 to a little underneath that. So 8 would be double. So a little more than double the speed. And it's mid-afternoon on a Saturday. Of course, I don't think the wife is... Now, if the wife was... Well, the wife would be downloading stuff, bringing stuff in, because she'd be watching YouTube and everything. So, technically... And then, of course, we do the show in the middle of the night. So, technically... It should be safe to run Streamlabs OBS at like 9 bits a second, megabits a second. Yeah, it should be safe because it's the middle of the day and I'm running. I mean, I had a little bit of a thing where this was spinning because it was buffering, whatever. Which that may have just been on YouTube's end, whatever, but it's been running fine. So, yeah. I think I can actually handle that. I think on the next live stream, I'll try 9 megabits a second. See what happens, because I think YouTube only allows technically 6 megabits a second. So this isn't buffering. So this isn't buffering because I'm watching, or the coach. Well, it isn't buffering and the coach isn't even, full. So it means that I'm pushing it through and it's all good, because if it couldn't handle it, the coach would be full by now and I'd have to lower well, I couldn't technically lower the stuff, but so yeah. I mean, it's handling it like a champ. So I don't see why Streamlabs wouldn't be able to do the same thing. In all honesty. I mean, but really, with 4 megabits a second, that's a lot of headroom. But at 9, and I have 20. So 9, that's just rounded up to 10, so that's 10 headroom. Not super duper comfortable with that, but we could run it and see. But if you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up, leave comments down below, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.